Hello students. So very happy to see you all today with a wonderful topic, that is fundamental unit of life. Okay, so what is the fundamental unit of our life? Yes, the cell, isn't it? So we are going to talk about history of the cell wall, the organelles, nucleus, cytoplasm, and ER, Golgi, lysosome, mitochondria, plastids, vacuoles, like that. And even we are also going to discuss about the difference between prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, and then the difference between plant cell, animal cell, like that. Because in examination they will be asking about to differentiate between plant and animal cell, or eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell, like that. Okay, ready for that? Yes. First, what are living organism made up of? Come on, tell me, what are the living organisms made up of? So all living organisms are made up of cell. So the fundamental unit is cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all the complex organism. So cell is the basic structural and functional unit of complex organism. Can you see the cell here, students? This is actually the cork skull discovered by Robert Hooke. Okay. Then history of the cell. The cells were first discovered by Robert Hooke. So who discovered the cell? Robert Hooke. He actually saw a honeycomb-like structure. You can see the picture here. So Hooke saw a honeycomb-like structure, okay, with the help of a primitive microscope. That is actually a dead cell. Okay. Then Leeuwenhoek. Actually, if they are asking who discovered the cell, then you can say Robert Hooke. If they are asking who discovered the structure of a living cell, living, this is the keyword, then you have to say Leeuwenhoek, because Robert Hooke discovered the cell in a dead cell. It is actually a cork cell, okay, a red dead cell. Leeuwenhoek, with the improved microscope, discovered free living cells in pond water for the first time. So in living cells, you can remember like this, living Leeuwenhoek, LL, like that. Okay, a small trick for you to remember, living Leeuwenhoek. Then Robert Brown discovered the nucleus. Even in competitive exams, you can expect questions like this: who discovered the cell, or who discovered the nucleus, like that. So Robert Brown in 1831 discovered the nucleus in the cell. Then Purkinje coined the term protoplasm. So here also you can remember Purkinje, P for P. Okay, Purkinje protoplasm, for the fluid part of the cell. Okay, our cell as a fluid, the name of that fluid is protoplasm. You can also call it as cytoplasm. That is found out by Purkinje. So in this session we have learnt about who discovered the cell, that is Robert Hooke. Then living cell, that is Leeuwenhoek. Then Robert Brown, that is nucleus. Then Purkinje protoplasm. Okay. Then Schleiden and Schwann, these two people proposed the cell theory, okay, which stated that all plants and animals are composed of cell. Okay, if they are asking cell theory, you should say Schleiden and Schwann proposed it, and the theory says all plants and the animals are composed of cells. Then the second one, Rudolf Virchow. He actually expanded the cell theory. This is modern cell theory, okay, suggesting that all cells arise from pre-existing cell. Say for example, this is one cell, 2n in number. When it divides, Mitotically, we will get another 2. So, from this cell, we will get another 2, mitotic division. Okay, mitotic. So, like that, the cell is arising from the pre-existing cell. This was, proposed by Rudolf Virchow, and now this is known as modern cell theory. Schleiden and Schwann said that all plants and animals have cell. He said that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, he is actually Robert Hooke, and this is Anton von Leeuwenhoek discovered the living cell. Then cell theory was proposed by Schleiden and Schwann, and then Rudolf Virchow extended the cell theory, stating that each cell arises from the previous cell. Okay. Next, unicellular and multicellular organism. So, unicellular organisms are the organism in which a single cell performs all the functions like nutrition, respiration, excretion, reproduction. See, we are multicellular organism. To do all these functions, we have different system. To digest the food, we have digestive system, isn't it? For excretion, we have excretory system. For nervous, we have neural system. Like that, we have, an entire system. That system has many organs. That organ has many tissues, and the tissue has many cells. But these unicellular organism, it has only a single cell. But still, it can able to perform all the functions like nutrition, respiration, excretion, reproduction. The example for this is amoeba, chlamydomonas, paramecium, and bacteria. They possess single cell constituting whole organism. They might ask you to differentiate between unicellular and multicellular organism also. Okay. Then, multicellular organisms are the organism which possess many cells to perform different functions. That is what I have told you, isn't it? The multicellular organism has many cells to do the function, but the unicellular organism, it's a single cell, but that cell will do the functions. Okay. So, the multicellular organism represent themselves as a member of a group of cells or as an individual. Okay. So, fungi, plants and animals have many cells that group together. This is a multicellular organism except yeast. Okay, yeast is a unicellular organism. In fungi, only the yeast is unicellular. That also you have to remember. Only the yeast is unicellular. All the other fungi are multicellular, that group together to form the tissues. So, every multicellular organism has come from a single cell. So, every multicellular organism has come from a single cell. That you should remember. Okay, student. So, fungi, plant and animal, all these things are multicellular organism. First, you can give the definition, then you can give the explanation and the example. That's it. Okay, 3 points, 3 points in each. Unicellular 3 points and multicellular 3 points. So, you can see this is a prokaryote. So, what do you mean by prokaryote? Pro means primitive. Karyo means nucleus. The nucleus is not well developed and even it is not having a membrane. Okay, no nuclear membrane. So, if it is not having a nuclear membrane and if it has just the genetic material, then you will call this as nucleoid. Okay. So, what is the name of the students? Nucleoid. Okay. So, this is a prokaryote, unicellular prokaryote. Bacteria is the example for that. Eukaryote, there are protista, Okay, so only the monerans are prokaryotes, all the other things are eukaryote. Protista, you can see the well developed nuclear membrane here, protista. Then fungal cell, it has a well developed nucleus. Animal cell, well developed nucleus. Plant cell, well developed nucleus. If an organism has a well developed nucleus, then you will call that as eukaryotic cell. Okay, yeah. So you can see different kinds of cells, students. Stem cell or the bone cell, osteocyte will be like this. Then this is blood cells. Okay, so RBC, WBC, platelets, all these things are formed elements or the cells which is present in the blood. And even there are many types of cells like muscle cells. Sometimes they might ask you this question like give a short note on different kinds of cell. Then you can just mention about each and every cell and you can say the function of it. Okay, so red blood cell will carry the oxygen, WBC will function as a soldier for our body, like that and all you can expand. Muscle cells help to contract and relax. Okay, and even it is present in the heart, which is helping in pumping mechanism, like that. And this is a fat cell, so here it is storing the fat. Okay, adipose cells, skin cells, nerve cells, which is helping in controlling and coordination. And then endothelial cells, then sex cells like sperm and egg, then pancreatic cells, and then cancer cells, like that. There are many cells and each and every cell has its own function. Okay, so in this session I have given you a small introduction about the fundamental unit of our life, that is the cell, and I have told you about the unicellular and multicellular organism, prokaryote and eukaryotic organism, and just give a brief note on this different kinds of cell. So I hope this video is useful for you. Thank you for watching this.